Let's talk about the new game update coming soon to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So last month, it was announced that there will be a game update for Let's Go in late January. However, we really don't have too many details. It's only on the Japanese website at this point, and all that we know is that it's going to be fixing this mystery gift error to where sometimes when you receive a Pokemon via mystery gift, it will not register in the Pokedex. Now, this is fairly problematic, and in today's age of very easy hot fixes and patches and game updates, it does warrant a game update on its own. And when you look at other games, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, they had a game update in the first week to fix some glitches and stuff. And the thing about Pokemon Let's Go is there's also a few known glitches currently that are probably going to receive a fix as well. But in this video, I want to talk about the future. What about add-on content, DLC, new game updates? Is that possible for Pokemon Let's Go? Now, I don't think it's going to be as extreme as what we saw with Breath of the Wild. The expansion pass, $20 and you get all kinds of stuff, expansion pass, 3 new treasure chests, and that was when it first became available. Then you got the Master Trials, then you got the Champions Ballad. I don't think that there's going to be any kind of add-on pay for Pokemon Let's Go. Like, I would definitely pay $20, $30 to get Johto, but I think that what we've seen from interviews is that Pokemon Let's Go is going to continue on as its own main series if Game Freak deems it successful enough and if the demand is there. I really hope so. I think Let's Go Johto could be the new Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, then easily become the best Pokemon games ever made if there's a couple of changes that make it a bit more main series and then also a little bit of that extra fan service. I think it'd be very successful. And with that thought, don't forget to comment down below your wish list for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee update. Please keep it simple. Don't be like, man, we need Johto, or we need this massive amount of DLC and stuff like that. I could see maybe starter evolutions for existing Kanto Pokemon. That's kind of like the edge of realistic, but I mean, maybe some other gameplay features, some quirks, some non-optimal gameplay you've encountered, maybe some weird glitches that not really anyone else knows about. So, comment down below what you'd like to see about Pokemon Let's Go, and then we can get into some crazier discussion about this. Also, don't forget to leave a like, because YouTube algorithms, I hate to have to ask, but that's all that matters these days. However, we don't have to look at only paid DLC, because Super Mario Odyssey, I was surprised when I saw that Super Mario Odyssey was actually getting substantial gameplay updates, and they were announced, free update soars to Super Mario Odyssey. Luigi's Balloon World, not really something that you need to play, but a lot of people hopped on. It's a little fun. It also kind of shows the creativity, freeform, pseudo open world aspect of that game, because the areas are so large, and if you know some tricks or if you know about a place that maybe others don't know about, you can make it a fun little hunt. But the thing is, these were announced. Take your first look at Balloon World. So it was announced that in an update this will be coming up, and the same with the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. They were talking about that expansion pass early on, and then you could grab it and get all these cool upgrades. But when it comes to Pokemon, the thing that has me a little upset right now is we haven't seen this on the English website, no tweets. It's only this little gameplay news update buried on the Japanese website and doesn't even have a lot of details. So now I want to talk about what I want to see. The changes I would want to see in a Pokemon Let's Go game update, as well as the fixes, because there's a few known glitches right now. The Abdallah glitch, that if you switch Joy-Con and then you can't finish catching a Pokemon in a tutorial, you're completely screwed and you have to reset your game. That should be pretty easy to fix. Apparently, I didn't even know about this issue with registering on mystery gift Pokemon, so I guess I got lucky on my Mew or something. And then another thing that I feel needs to happen are hotkeys. That right now I'm pressing the plus button. You hear that clicky ASMR? I'm pressing Z, ZR, not ZR, just R, ZR, the plus button, but why don't we have any select items? We've had key items that you could use before, even in the first Pokemon game, but I guess we don't have that. So we can't register anything. I feel like hitting the plus button should just automatically go to the first Pokemon in your party and then get it to come out, because one thing I really like doing is I like flying on my Pokemon, and it's kind of frustrating that if you have to go through, take out Pokeball, but also you just, you press the plus button. So you press plus button anyway to make it to where that sets your ride Pokemon, you go out, and then you hop in. Now, if I had Charizard, Dragonite, Aerodactyl, what I like doing is I like flying over to Cerulean Cave, but then when you have a flying Pokemon, you don't naturally enter buildings. It doesn't automatically dismount you into a building, into a cave, into a route. So that means it just takes all that little extra time to do this. Now, when you're doing that dozens of times a day, kind of sucks, so I'd like to see that change. Also, I was thinking about another glitch. You know, there's a few, like, weird things that have happened in Pokemon Let's Go. It says that you use a healing item when the opponent uses a healing item or a restore item to heal their Pokemon. A lot of people notice this with the champion. So all of a sudden it's like, you used a full restore, and then champion's health goes to full health. So it's like, wait, I was just doing an attack. So I think that there's definitely going to be some little fixes, but that leaves one mystery. You know, if we're getting gameplay updates, and one thing that I was actually really upset about is that when it came to Pokemon X and Y, you know, Super Smash Bros. 3DS got DLC characters, got patches, got game updates. Pokemon XY, Mega Green Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. The only thing that was meaningful was like they fixed the Pokepelago glitch. They didn't add in any new Pokemon. You know, that to prevent data mining, they could have just had it to where all of the event Pokemon, like Marshadow. Well, actually, I think that was it, because then Zeraora was Ultra Moon. But I mean, they could have just had Marshadow come in as a game update instead of being data mined and leaked, as well as a few other things that we've seen in other Pokemon games. But no, they just had everything in the game loaded, nothing new added in through a patch, and I think that kind of sucked. So my hope with the 3DS, now that we had this connectivity, was that would be something that happened. Hasn't, and I honestly feel like they're not really going to do much on the Nintendo Switch, at least for Let's Go. Hopefully Generation 8, you know, hope for Generation 8 is that they actually have actual patches and updates and then give us substantial gameplay. So, since this stuff was announced, and we haven't had any announcement, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting any meaningful DLC, but I hope they make some changes under the hood. Because one thing that confuses me, one thing that's weird, is that this is from the data mine. There was a lot of things in the Pokemon Let's Go data mine that ended up not existing, but the data is there for them. So I'm wondering if it was either something that they experimented with, they tested with, it ended up not really happening, or maybe that is going to be a future gameplay update. Like, I would love to see that a meaningful Pokemon Let's Go update, something random, something small even, like we saw with Luigi's Balloon World, just to add a little bit of extra life to the game, could be these things that we've seen, or maybe an event. Since it is based on Pokemon. Well, I mean, an event would actually be kind of bad because technically you could just download that patch and then just never update again and then get all the benefits of that event for the whole time. I mean, something to kind of drive people back into the game. I feel like catch rewards would be the way to do it. These catch rewards are in the game, but they're not programmed. They don't work. It doesn't happen when you get in, and I would wish for that so much. Now, some of these catch rewards are pretty extreme. 500 Pokemon, 1,500, 3,000, 5,000, 8,000. If you've caught 8,000 Pokemon, then you can start getting silver berries, golden berries, rare candies. You know, you end up at a 20% chance of getting a rare candy, and then a guaranteed chance of getting a golden pineapple, nanab, or raspberry, or 3 silver pineapple berries. 1, that sounds awesome for money farming. And 2, it just feels like something that would be natural to the game. Catch a ton of Pokemon, and then your rewards increase. You know, your candies, the amount of candies that you receive, and the rarities of the candies you receive, they increase the more you catch a species of Pokemon. So why not, when you're just catching every Pokemon, that you're getting things to help you out in catching more Pokemon, like silver berries, even a small chance. Like, I was really happy that if I caught 500 Pokemon, I'd even have a 7% chance of getting a silver. I'd start seeing my bag fill up with golden, silver, maybe even a rare candy or two. And then by the time you've made it to like 8,000 Pokemon and 1 in 5 catches of giving you a rare candy, that sounds really cool. Now, it doesn't keep up with the insane rates of Blissey farming, but I mean, if you could actually make it to where you had a ton of rare candies from catching the Blissies, you know, if I catch 400 Blissey, and it's a 1 in 5 chance of getting a rare candy, I'm going to have tons of rare candies. So that means I don't even need to do the last couple levels. I could stop my Pokemon at like level 97, use the 3 rare candies I got from the Blissies, and then get them to level 100. And that would be technically a little quicker, potentially, overall. At least I'm just like cycling through my Pokemon. I'm getting them ready on that competitive. So this exists in the game somewhere. I'm holding out that it might be an update. Same thing when it comes to catch combos. Yeah, so there it is. I had to take this off my video about the data mine because the tweet has been taken down because it's just false information at this point. But it's so weird that this would exist. And also, I guess we should have seen like the warning signs. You know, if a chain count is 0 and there's like 2 IVs, that means every Pokemon in the game has 2 guaranteed IVs, which would kind of make sense because all the gift Pokemon, all the other things like have so many guaranteed IVs and your starter has 6 IVs and stuff. But I mean, like, okay, that's a little fishy right there, and then it scales up super hard. But I mean, just imagine a chain count of 31, 6 IV Pokemon every time. Like, that would have made competitive so accessible because you just do a long chain count, 6 IVs done. I think that I would wonder if that would even be faster or comparable with the Blissey method, because as you can see right here, up next, my video, Best Nature for Every Pokemon, the follow-up is, you know, catching every Best Nature Pokemon in the game and then getting them to level 100 in less than 15 hours. You can get every Pokemon in the game to level 100. So, I mean, I wonder how that would go for, like, the Pokemon you're specifically targeting. And since there's no EVs and you can get multiple heart scales every day, you get a chain count to 31, that Pokemon's competitive. You keep that chain count going for like a shiny or something, and then now you have multiple ones to trade with other people. So like you do a Vulpix streak, and then you trade that for a 6 IV Growlithe, and that'd be pretty good. So I mean, it's just weird that some of the things that we thought we understood about the game from the data just ended up not applying and don't actually exist inside the game. So I'm wondering if like maybe that's something like an idea to maybe bring back other people to like help new people into the game, you know, if they try to go for like summer sales or in the next updates where it's like, yeah, you know what, we tried to make the game like a little harder, but now we're just going to make this, you know, free low for everyone to get in and just enjoy the game, and then maybe reward the more dedicated players with the catch combos. Now the thing is, if these are not catch combos, catch rewards. Now if these catch rewards were in from the beginning, I probably would have caught twice the amount of Pokemon I've caught. I try to like figure out fastest way of catching Pokemon and stuff, because if you could just like mash into 5,000 Pokemon and then start getting this, that's like super cool and rewarding and stuff. And I have, I think, almost 3,000 captures now. Now that I did that 400 Chansey combo to get all my Pokemon level 100, I'm several thousand captures deep, and I wish I was getting these rewards the entire time. But if it turned on, then that means I'd have something to go for, something to grind for, and adding a little bit of extra life into the game. A few other things that people want to see are the candies. Yeah, doing one candy at a time is pretty unfun, especially when you have to do that for 1,200 stats. So I mean, just being able to be like, tough candy, use this item, how many do you want to use, and then you just like max it until it won't go anymore. That's pretty nice. Even with the species candy, like if I want to get this Pokemon maxed out, I have to use 200 candies. I have to press A 200 times. Oh, yeah, I've got a lot of health candies I can waste from all the Chanseys I caught. So I mean, let's just say, for example, like let's look at how long this actually takes. Now, if I'm just here doing this, it's a few seconds. It's actually like not the worst. And I have to do that 200 times for every stat, or at least 200 times for the candies. But I mean, some Pokemon, you're not going to have 200 Articuno candies. That's just not going to happen in this game. Unless you take your Pokemon for like a stroll as you go on a cross-country hike or something with your Pokeball Plus. So I mean, like, yeah, that's also a little bit of change of life. So I think it's quality of life stuff that people have been asking for, like being able to actually have Pokemon that you could ride instantly. I think that'd be really nice. Maybe some extra binds, maybe a little bit more complexity on the controls, the candy system, updating that, and then all these things that we thought we were going to have in the game. We weren't promised them, but the data mine made it look like they were going to be there, and then maybe just like some tinkering and adjusting with a few other things. I don't really think like moves and Pokemon are too unbalanced, but I feel like there could be maybe a couple of quality of life things that Game Freak does to surprise us, to make the game a little better. Like, make the gold leaf worth something. I want to sell this for like 5,000, not 500, when it comes to the items I get from my Pokemon. Yeah, that's kind of it. Looks like a lot of glitches that are going to get fixed, but the connectivity and the precedent that we have with other Nintendo games on Nintendo Switch makes me hope that there's going to be something else added into Pokemon Let's Go, and maybe it's the things that are inside the data mine. Another little complaint I have, it's like personal, I just feel like the Pokemon Tower is dead content, so increasing the spawn rates in the Pokemon Tower would be nice. Just adjusting spawn rates maybe throughout places, and maybe like changing Pokemon rarities and the 1% spawns and the rare Pokemon spawns and all these other things. Just kind of like making the encounter tables a bit more enjoyable. Updating those with like some new Pokemon maybe would be pretty cool. And that's kind of it. Also, people want like the ultimate DLC of having Rhyperior in the game, the evolutions of Kanto Pokemon. I'd be down with that as well, but we just kind of have to see where it goes. Like, I'd pay for that. Actually, no, that kind of makes it unfair and cheap. I don't think that could be DLC. If you have to pay $5 to get Rhyperior, Scizor, a few other Pokemon, people wouldn't like that, but, you know, that should just be free DLC. Either way, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.